Hi YouTubes, it's your humble host Marsglitch UK, and our rando picker has delivered our second Far Cry review this weekend. Wow! So we're off to a island paradise this time with our two brothers and our friends for a weekend of debauchery and general being like idiots. Until of course we all get kidnapped and it all goes a bit Pete-tong. And our elder brother gets killed shortly afterwards by the big bad guy, Voss, I think his name is, if I remember rightly. And we're forced to escape and run for our life before we get rescued by our new friend Dennis, who wants us to help his villagers and himself, and he will also help us find our friends with his band of other people on this island he knows offered to help us. Okie dokie. We're given this magic tattoo that gives us extra abilities and helps us in certain circumstances and situations. We get a bit of dosh to buy our first handgun or weapon, and a mission to go up to the radio tower. Okay, we're really in the Far Cry now series. So we start off to get to the radio tower, up its mast, avoid the nasty snake hanging around at the bottom, because that really hurts, and clambering up these radio towers to basically get rid of his tracking software, the bad guys on the top of it. Every time we open up a radio tower, it gives us more of the map to see and understand. Okay, every time we go up a new radio tower, they get progressively more difficult to to get to the top. There's more drops, more bits you have to jump and run around on. Hey, but it's all good, clean fun in the Far Cry world. Okie dokie. Now back to the normal. Where every time you go to a new area, you get like this little hamlets controlled by the bad guys. And you have the first mission as we start really properly. We're driven to this area by Dennis, and we get a couple of mates to go in with us. And they offer us a simple binary solution. We can go in guns blazing, or you can try to stealth it. If we go in a guns blazing, of course they've got a chance of setting off alarm and getting reinforcements. If you clear, of course, the village, and you get more points for using stealth, and we get access to the safe room within it with weapons selling machine where you can get weapons, sell your junk you find along the way. From looting corpses, picking up these little caches you see around everywhere on the map. Okay, bottom left of the screen we get like a mini map and your health bar or bars. How many health kits you own and distance to your objective you selected. And of course direction you're facing, north, south, east, west. The little pointer sort of goes up general way you're looking. You can also see places of interest around you, cars, roads, all that sort of thing, and wild animals. Now speaking of wild animals, this time you get to kill them and skin them. Yes, I know this is controversial. And this, once you get the certain skins, allows you to craft certain items you need, like belts to carry more weapons, more bullets, etc, etc. You find these crafting recipes and then you have to find the animals to make them. You get a trusty camera, which you can of course take pictures of, and more importantly tag enemies and animals, allowing to keep track of where they are. After as I said, you take a hamlet. You get to you get your fellow islanders take over, and you get more missions appearing on a bulletin notice board along the way. You get to accumulate experience points, which allows you to learn more skills, and of course your tattoo then expands. Now bear in mind, this is a huge map set over several islands, which will start off blank, and every time you take a radio tower it uncovers part of a map, as in sort of fog of war. You get a journal, a backpack, and an inventory screen where you can sort of choose what you're going to keep, what you're going to throw away, etc. You can make injectables from plants you find on the island, and various recipes you also find or get given, which you can be used for healings. And the most important thing of the Farcry games is the weapons. In this game you have a shed ton, from a handgun, shotguns, SMGs, assault weapons, I hate that word, there's no such thing as an assault weapon, snipers, LMGs, RPGs, and of course all of them have got special attachments as available on most weapons, which give you like extended mags, better sights, silencers, all the usual things to take a good gun and turn it into a great gun. As you progress, of course, every time you take a radio tower you get given a gun as well, so that's useful. Bottom right of the screen is your ammo count and how many grenades you have. And as I say, a nice tech tree, expanded sort of info tree, whatever you want to call it, all gives you nice abilities to help you along the way. Now let's talk about the game in general. The graphics are very lush and brilliant, I think. Yes, a generation behind, but very detailed, and the scenery in both the sea and on land is amazing. Travelling around now in this game, you have boats, cars, motorbikes, and now hand gliders, which get you fast from place to place, but of course you can only take off from high places. The stealth system is even better in this game than the last, with silenced weapons and now your bow, which is great fun. Now also remember, they can summon reinforcements, so always be careful not to spook the enemy when attacking. An outpost. As I said, each radio tower you liberate gives you a weapon and of course uncovers more of a map, so that's an important part of the game. The base game, the controls are spot on, fluid, easy control, jumps, runs, ducks, whatever, all easy to do. The driving is very easy, very controllable. Same with in the air, and the weapons firing and control is very easy to do. You also got options to like hold your breath when you're sniping, things like that in this game, which I approve of myself. So let's talk scores now. You've got an idea of the game. Graphics, I've awarded it a 7. Because I say generation behind, but still top-notch graphics. Sound, I've given it an 8. Because the voice acting is wonderful, spot on. Spot sound effects, lovely. And the music is well used and very enjoyable. Playability, I've given it a 7. For the simple reason, I think it's very easy to control. It's replayable. I've got no complaints. Cool factor, I've given it an 8. I love this series of games, as I said in a previous review, and I just think they are a very cool series of games, and I cannot recommend them enough for people to get into. And lastly, we have Lasting, boom boom, which I've awarded it an 8. Because I think this game is really replayable. You have a sort of leveling system, you have a easy, hard options, and of course you can choose to go in guns blazing, Clint Eastwood style in all encounters, or you can choose a more stealthy option. The choice, they say, is yours. So that when we all add it up, gives us a total of 38 points and a mag game score of ding 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 ding. We have an A. Well, a solid recommendation. I cannot recommend these series of games enough, and if you never tried the Far Cry series, try this one. It's a reduced price now and you will have a real blast. It will be replayable and enjoyable for years to come. So it's that time of a video for me to sign off and leave you with some bad gameplay. Every Saturday, Mag releases 2 PC game reviews, so hopefully for you to enjoy. Please use the comment section and tell me what you think, if I got it right, wrong, and tell others, please. Okay, it's time for me, your host, Masterlich UK, to say goodbye until the next review. Goodbye.
Stop me, motherfucker!
rest of our vacation.
I thought we could talk about this like grown-ups.
Lisa, we're in Bangkok together and I can't believe how beautiful you are.
Want me to smack you feel like I did it first? Promise, Dad, I take care of you both.
Riley is your little brother. He looks up to you.
Hey, Jake, you're gonna come to our house. You think it's alright?
Yes, sir, I'm busy. Dr. Earnhardt? Hello?
What are you afraid of? You're a natural, man.
Great?
Mushrooms.
There they are.